So we're back doing a little bit of work on the CTC16XL. There is something going on with the focus, and I originally thought that the focus adjustment wasn't working, and it is. When I use the generator on it, I have VG91 and put it just on single dot. I can focus it, but it's not great. What I am noticing, and I'm not sure what the common problems are that cause this symptom, when the high voltage comes up and the image starts to come into focus, you know how it kind of comes from the outside to the center, it comes into focus and then it goes out. So I'm going to start by checking the high voltage. Now, as I recall, this leader high voltage probe that I have, this thing might not be accurate, because back when I got the set and I was troubleshooting it after doing the cataract, I was checking high voltage and it was showing 16 kilovolts, but as most of you that are watching this now know, I did get this from Shango66, and I know that he had checked the high voltage before, and we were talking about it, and he said, well, maybe my high voltage probe is wrong. And I said, I don't think so. I said, this was a new in a box leader. I don't know if it's any good or not. I'm going to get another one so I can do a comparison, but I might, well, I'm going to play with it a little bit here and see what the high voltage comes out as. The high voltage adjustment's turned almost all the way down. So there's, I want to adjust the high voltage maybe. I might try changing the horizontal output tube. I do have another, just to try it, I do have another horizontal output tube. Maybe it is truly low high voltage. That's possible. I just thought maybe that there was something wrong with this meter. And I do have a cathode current checkpoint here too, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I just leave this in here permanently. I interrupted the cathode ground and brought that up here so I can hook up a current meter to it and check the cathode current. So let's get the set fired up. We'll check the high voltage, and then we'll just change the horizontal output tube just for grins. All right, so we're moving right along here at 20 kilovolts. I remember this being closer to 16 on this. There, you can see a little bit better. I want it to be right around 21. I'm trying not to run this flyback too hard just because I don't have another one, and it's pretty lost on its wax. So I might adjust the high voltage up and play with the focus. I may just try changing the horizontal output tube. I'm kind of curious to see what the high voltage does if I just change the tube. I'm not real big on substitution of parts. I like troubleshooting, but I might just try it just because it's easy. I'm just curious. So I've got it adjusted just about 20, 21. It's a little hard to tell. It looks more like 20 on the camera, but it's just over 20, 21. As I turn the high voltage up, the focus does go out on it, it seems like, and it's not adjustable. I'm really not sure what that's all about. This is where my learning and my knowledge starts to wane. There's probably people screaming, oh, you need to go check this or that or the other thing. Anybody that's watching this that's familiar with TVs. Let me adjust it up a little bit, and we'll take a look at what the focus looks like when it's up closer to 25 or 24 kilovolts. Okay, so that's 22, 21, 22 kilovolts. I turned it up just a little bit. I got a different high voltage probe. There's something up with this thing. I think it's not the needle sticking. I may need to open it up and clean it, but I'd like to have two just as a comparison. But let's look at what the image looks like. Yeah, it's totally out of focus now. So it's like, do I adjust the focus now? I think I remember I couldn't adjust the focus. So let's change the horizontal output tube. Let's see what that does. So this is a new original stock 6G6A. This is the not as heavy duty tube, but it's just what I have. So we'll pop this in here. I don't expect that this is the issue, but I think that Shango mentioned in his video, which I did not know. I think he said that, I don't know if he replaced it because that looks like a new tube. He may have replaced it. I should ask him, but he had mentioned the horizontal output tube might be weak. I don't know that I'm seeing signs of being weak because it would shrink on the sides, I would think. But let's just do this for grins. I gotta have both hands here to do this. All right, we got it in, and we'll plug it in here, and let's turn it on, and let's see what we get. And the new tube is lighting up, so that's good. Your high voltage. Same issue. Same issue. It comes into focus and it goes out of focus. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Okay, so I got the high voltage turned down as far as it'll go, which is only about 19 kilovolts, and the focus is better. It's definitely focused better with lower high voltage. So what does that mean? I don't know. Does that mean I got a bad shunt tube? It could be. It could be a lot of things, I suppose. I should probably check the cathode current too. This tube is a little bit stronger too, by the way. I can get 24 kilovolts out of it, but if I crank it up, I lose focus. So I'm really not sure on this one. Be interested to hear your folks, hear the opinions of some of the folks that are watching this. But yeah, we're at about 18 kilovolts there, and the image is better. All right. I know the convergence could be better. It's something I need to work on, especially horizontal convergence. It's frustrating, and especially when you're not really good at it. But anyways, that's not really the topic here. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to turn the high voltage up to like 21 and see if I can adjust the focus. So I think dot is the best. That seems to be the best for doing this. So, and it's still, you can see the focus is not great. It really isn't, and the convergence isn't great either, but maybe I'll adjust the convergence while I'm here and go through that whole mess again. It's just a headache. Anyways, let's see if we can't get this thing working a little bit better than it is. So according to my meter, which who knows if that thing is any good or not, that's 21 kilovolts, and it almost looks like it's sharper now. So I don't know why that would be sharper here without, the real signal is not. I really need to clean up that convergence, though. That's going to bother me. So, well, let's put it on dot. Let's see what it looks like. There's dots. And dot. I don't understand it. The focus looks better now. So what the hell? Why is the image... Do I just need to do a setup on it with the high voltage turned up to 21 kilovolts? Let's take a look. Okay, so that actually looks pretty good. I didn't have to touch the focus coil very much. If I clean up the convergence, it'll actually come right in. It might have been why I was having trouble getting convergence, is the high voltage is too low. So why does this look good and the image doesn't? Let's put a signal back on it. And well, actually, let's take a look at, let's see, color bars. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So what am I missing here? Let's put a signal back on it. All right, so what the hell? It looks pretty good now at 21 kilovolts. What am I missing? What did I do wrong? These things can be frustrating, can't they? I'd say it looks pretty darn good. It looks pretty darn good. Where we've adjusted it, at least that meter. I would like to get another one. I'm going to have to play with the setup a little bit now because the high voltage is higher. So if I put window circle on it, it's going to be, the aspect ratio is going to be wrong. More high voltage we're getting, and the new tube, we're getting more horizontal deflection, which means I'm going to have to play with it. So let's go ahead and let's do that. So there is window circle, and you can see it looks like an upside down egg. And I'm going to play with the convergence too, I think, but let's get the vertical or the vertical linearity adjusted on this thing and get that looking more like a circle now. Okay, so I just adjusted the vertical linearity. That looks pretty good. Maybe it could use a hair more, but I think that we're in pretty good shape. So let's go back to crosshatch, and I'm probably going to regret this because playing with the convergence is just challenging. But let's put it on crosshatch and see if maybe we can tighten it up a little bit. It may not need it, though, now that it looked to me like it was a little bit tighter. Oh, crosshatch. There it is. Okay. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. You know, quite honestly, and this is the area that I was having a lot of trouble with. I can't get this to converge over here. I'm not sure why. I've played with the coils and the pots and back, and you know, that just screws everything up when you do that. But the convergence really is not too horrible. I can definitely see there's a little bit right here. I got some blue, maybe green that's out over here. Maybe I can tighten this up a little bit, but it's looking pretty decent. Let's see if we can clean this up over here. So I got it pretty decent. What I'm noticing is the red, green, left control's not doing anything. That could be an open cap. It could be a bad pot. I'm not sure, but it's not doing anything at all, which is why I've had to use the blue to kind of adjust the two corners. It's close enough. So now the vertical linearity is off because I played with the convergence. So now I've got to switch it back to window circle and just adjust the vertical linearity a little bit here. And I don't have a mirror, so I've been kind of been doing this as best as I can, sticking my head around the corner kind of a thing. It doesn't look bad, though. It does not look bad at all. I think maybe we won't play with it anymore. I think maybe I ought to just leave it alone. Let's hook up a signal to it from the converter box, see what it looks like. It looks better than it did, so I think maybe the horizontal output tube was the issue. Boy, that convergence up in that corner is not good, is it? Maybe it is. It's just the light reflecting up over here is what I was noticing. I need to, there's a big sliding door right here, and it's just coming in and flooding the hell out of it. If I move, it gets a little bit better. No, it looks decent. It looks decent. Not bad for a guy that doesn't really know what he's doing. The convergence, you can just keep going around and around and around and probably never get it quite right. I can see the red is off. I'm having a hard time seeing it. Maybe I do need to go through here again because it just it's still not looking right. Now, that does not look bad. I had the red needs to be turned down, but because that's what makes it even. But I had to turn it up a little bit so I could see the red when I was doing the convergence because it's a very small line. I'm a colorblind person, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. But I got it all adjusted now. I think that the convergence is about as good as I'm going to get. But it looks fantastic now, and it's sharp. So, I don't know. I guess I changed the horizontal output tube. Maybe that's what did it. It definitely seems that way. So, anyways, we'll go ahead and we'll roll with this. I think it looks pretty good. The image is nice and sharp now. It's as good as any CRT TV ever could be. Oh yeah, this thing looks amazing now. The focus is it's much, much better.